Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you. In this episode, we are going to talk about the weekly trend for Nifty as well as Bank Nifty, and also let's take a view at annual targets. So what do we expect from the year 2025 is also we will take into account. So considering that we are going to discuss about the annual targets or outlook for Nifty as well as Bank Nifty, this video may go between 15 to 20 minutes is what my expectation is. Moving on to charts without spending much of a time. If we take a look at Nifty as well as Bank Nifty daily chart, all we can see here is that the price action is not very encouraging, right? So Nifty as well as Bank Nifty, there is some kind of a selling pressure that is still there. The level that we saw last Friday, the lows of Friday are very well holding, and that in a way is creating a weekly candle which is like a small spinning top, a small candle with a bullish bias. Is this particular pattern is called as harami. So this is a harami candle which is in between the high and low of the, or in between the body of the big mother candle. So this is a harami candle, and this candle is getting printed. There are two possibilities because this candle is getting printed and it seems that the price is not in a hurry. Number one, as I had mentioned, the targets that we had calculated in last week was very not very aggressive targets. So conservative targets I had given, considering that this was a truncated week and also Christmas holidays are going on. So maybe the market may remain dull, and it is sounding almost like that. But also if this is a impulsive rally, right? So if this is a corrective and impulse in correction, then in that case this has to be a very fiery kind of or a quick momentum. Momentum should have been there, but right now it is just consolidating, doing some kind of a consolidation, some selling is happening, and at this point in time the market seems okay to me, but not very aggressive, or the market is not in a hurry. So again, there are two possibilities, two scenarios which are in front of me, which I feel appropriate for this kind of a situation, is that whatever correction has to happen, that has already taken place, and now steadily we should start heading towards further bullish targets. This is what the expectation. This also helps our 2025 market outlook as well. So this is Nifty as well as Bank Nifty weekly charts in front of me. Primarily, let us consider the bullish scenario and what do we expect in this particular scenario. So let's move on to Nifty. Nifty, as we had calculated the range for this particular week, the range target is completed. Now unless and until this high is taken out, right? So high of 23,930 is taken out, it will be difficult for Nifty to bridge this gap, right? So close this gap as a target. So 24,150 is possible next week, provided we break above this high. So price should break above this particular high. So once we are above this high, next bullish action possible. Next bullish action possible above this. So breaking above this level is very, very important. It can also happen in a gap up, you never know, but that action has to take place so that the next up move should happen and price should reach near 24,150 is what the expectation is. So let's see how price actually Nifty reacts to these particular levels. As for Bank Nifty, this has also obliged to our range target very well, and it is likely that now for this to break out towards 52,000, again the high of Thursday, last Thursday, 19th of December, that is essential, or a high of yesterday, expiry day is important. So all these expiries are printing some kind of a spike. So this level needs to be taken out for the next bullish target to get printed. This is about the week, and let's talk about the year going forward. So do watch this video till the very end, and also guys, don't forget to like this video and also share with your like-minded friends and subscribe to Growth Model channel so that you'll be able to see next videos as and when they are posted. So when I mention about bullish bias above this, for that the breakout needs to take place. Right now it is showing some kind of a consolidation, some kind of a selling is taking place, but this consolidation in a way is good because prices are not falling rapidly. That indicates someone is buying at these levels. So this is essential and important. So this is about weekly bias. Once we are above this, then the first target will be 52,010 and the second target can be 52,250 or 264 as it is seen here. For Nifty, the target is 24,150 is one target, and once it reaches to this level, probably next week is also going to be, probably it's going to be dull like this unless and until it break out above this. We don't need to look for bigger targets. So let's take one day at a time. Still we are looking at one day at a time. Let the market accumulate and give a proper head away. How it is poised. So as for 2025, let us start with Nifty. Yearly outlook कैसा है? Yearly outlook में, see, there are interesting scenarios that we can see here. This is high of this year 2024. Okay, so 26,277. Okay. See, here I have taken into consideration in Nifty chart, I have taken into consideration two indicators. There is a Bollinger Band, right? So there is a Bollinger Band and then there is a 9-period EMA. Now this 9-period EMA is very important because if you see over the course of Nifty's annual chart, Nifty has rarely closed below this 9 EMA. Very rare it has closed below 9 EMA. Probably in 2008 only it closed below 9 EMA and very quickly it recovered, it bounced back from there. Although the breakout of 2008 candle took about 4 to 5 years. So in 2014 that actual breakout took place. After that, after this particular 2011 candle, there is no meaningful bearish candle in the market, and since COVID we have done a handsome job, a very good bullish up move that can be seen here in both these indices, Nifty as well as Bank Nifty, but Nifty comparatively is very stronger kind of index. Also, most importantly, in all these candles, rarely we have seen a candle with a upper wick, longer upper wick. One was this in 2018 and another was somewhere here. So this is one candle where the upper wick is much bigger. Here at this point in time, if we calculate the bullish targets, what should be the bullish targets? So I am not very aggressive about the bullish targets, or for that matter in a similar way as per the breakout theory, unless and until this high is taken out, high of 26,277, and we need a close above this level 26,277 at least for a week. A weekly close should happen above this level, and then and only then we will start looking for the further bullish bets, because at this point in time for the entire year my outlook suggests that the market should remain in some kind of a range bound situation is what the expectation is. If we take a look at the VIX, right, volatility index, so volatility index is around 13.3 right now. If you take an average of volatility index, so that volatility index average comes to around 17 or 18, and if we calculate on the basis of that, so the target roughly comes to around 26,000 and above that level. But more likely if it just remains like that, remains sideways, then it should remain between 26,200 26,500. It should remain between 26,500 and 22,000 is what the expectation is. So the range for me for this particular year should be somewhere around. So this is the first line of defense, I would say, right? And as long as the price is between these levels, we will not create any bias. We will look for a consolidated fashion, consolidation year or a sideways kind of a year, and unless and until it breaks out above this or break down below this, then and only then we will opt for a further bearish or a bullish bias. At this point in time, looking at the entire overall scenario, international scenario, or whatever happening globally, unless and until there is some kind of a war or some kind of a emergency that is imposed on the world, I don't see that the lower levels should breach. Nifty is currently trending healthy, and 21,100 is a very good level which should ideally protect in case of Nifty on the downside. If it is broken and price sustains below these levels at least for a week or two, then and only then we will look for next further bearish action or bearish targets. But as long as these levels are holding, I would love to see price moving in the consolidation between this particular zone. This is what the expectation is. I will not have a very aggressive bullish bias for this particular year. Even if it breaks out above this, we will have to take a look at sectorial indices and also thematic indices, and on the basis of that we will be able to form our view. So it should be much easier, it should be much simpler if we are observing this particular range, and once the range breakout or breakdown takes place, then accordingly the further action we can plan. Now during this particular phase, the only scenario that I am visualizing, let us go to 3 monthly time frame. The only challenging part can be, let's say if I am looking at a tool called path. So this is a path tool. So it may so happen that from these levels, current levels, if market just go up, make a equal high, right, make a equal high and come back to, let's say, this 9 EMA level. So that level also falls somewhere around 22,000 or maybe little dash lower than 22,000 level. This is what the expectation is. Unless and until Nifty break out above this and sustain at those levels on a quarterly basis, unless and until this action is taken out, if this high of 3 monthly candle is taken out aggressively, we will not be aggressively bullish, is what my expectation is. This may go on at least for a year or two, is what the expectation is. But let us take, like on a weekly chart, we are always talking about, let's take one day at a time. So here also we'll take 1 week at a time or a month at a time, and not get into a very great projections, or I'll not get into a prophecy mode. Let us see how it is developing, and then accordingly we can plan the next quarters or the next year. But at present it looks like we should remain in this particular range for next 4 quarters at least, is what the expectation for Nifty is. Now for Bank Nifty, the scenario is a bit different. Bank Nifty of late, after the October correction, it has started to look very aggressive and outperforming with respect to Nifty. So these are the smaller candles, and even if you take a look on the monthly time frame, so Bank Nifty is forming consolidation pattern over here. It is like constantly it is consolidating, and still it is holding above this 9 period EMA. That is kind of a consolidation. So if the highs are taken out, there is an alert that has been placed here. So if these highs are taken out, there is an alert at 53,009, so let's say 54,000. So unless and until this 54,000 is taken out, I will not be aggressively bullish in case of Bank Nifty as well. So we'll look for the price to consolidate. Maybe Bank Nifty is likely to give us some kind of a new high, possibly around 55,000 or so, and then from those levels it should again come back and come back to, let's say, 9 EMA level, is what the expectation is. This is how we will look at it. Unless and until this 9 EMA is broken on the downside, we will not look for aggressive bearish targets, and unless and until it is holding above the all-time high at least for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we will not look for aggressive bullish targets. So this is likely to be a consolidation year, and more likely it can go into a bearish territory, is what the expectation is. But till the time the lows are not taken out, till the time the 9 EMA is not broken, let us not be aggressively bearish. It can also be a time wise correction which can just keep the indices in a sideways rut, sideways zone consolidation for the entire year. That's possible. So let's take 1 week, 1 quarter or a month at a time, and that will actually develop us as a better trader, a trader who react to what is happening in market. So we will not get into impulsive mode. We will wait. Let's see how the market is giving a sign, and then accordingly our reaction should take place based on our trade plan is what the expectation. This is how I am expecting market to develop over next 4 quarters, and we are not putting any kind of a prophecy. So let's observe how the market is actually moving, and then on the basis of that it will be much simpler, easier for us to understand the trend and then follow the setup as we get the trades through this particular setup. If it is going to remain a sideways kind of a trend, it will be fantastic swings on daily time frame, and let's enjoy whatever is presented to us. That's it from me for this particular week and a yearly outlook. I wish you all a very happy and a prosperous new year. Stay blessed, guys. I'm signing off. Bye bye.